I'm Merely Caruso. It's Friday, August 15th. Today, sky-high tension.
Our passengers are very upset.
There's turbulence in store for Air Canada passengers as a strike deadline looms. Also today, a voice for Ashley.
It's hard to say to forgive.
Why the family of a murdered woman made a special court appearance today, a year after the killer went to jail.
I'm John Hendricks behind the scenes in the Greek Pavilion, and they're open for business. I'll take you on a behind-the-scenes tour coming up on CTV News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. It's the final travel day before a potential work stoppage at Air Canada. 10,000 flight attendants could walk off the job in just a few hours.
Our passengers are very upset, and we all acknowledge that. Flight attendants are meant to be in the skies, not on the ground fighting for their rights.
We're going to have a phased roll down, an orderly wind down in order to, give customers certainty and also to make sure we're in a position to restart the airline when it's done.
Air Canada canceled more flights today, nearly 300 so far, impacting more than 55,000 travelers. Flight attendants are fighting to get paid for all hours worked, including boarding and ground time, which the union says amounts to about 35 unpaid hours per month. Air Canada has asked for binding arbitration, calling the union's wage demands unsustainable. At Winnipeg Richardson International Airport, dozens of Air Canada passengers were glued to their phones waiting for news about their flights. The Winnipeg Airport Authority website shows around 4 Air Canada departing flights were canceled today, as well as a late inbound flight from Toronto. And for one local choir group, the impending strike has put an abrupt end to what could have been a trip of a lifetime. CTV's Harrison Shin will have that story coming up on CTV News at 6. The father of a First Nations woman who died at the hands of a Winnipeg serial killer 3 years ago says he's still angry and frustrated.
It's hard to say to forgive. It's very hard.
At the Manitoba Law Courts today, a special hearing was held for the family and community of Ashley Shingose. It comes 1 year after Jeremy Skibitsky was convicted of the 2022 killings of Shingose and 3 other First Nations women. Shingose was only identified after the trial. Chief Justice Glenn Joyal said the hearing gives the woman's family the same opportunity as relatives of the other murdered women who were able to present victim impact statements before Skibitsky was sentenced. A search is now underway at Brady Landfill, where police believe they may find Shingose's remains.
We will find her, take her home, and have some sort of closure. And the pain, I just want to say, will always be there.
Skibitsky was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. At the time of the trial, Shingose was referred to in court as Buffalo Woman, a name given to her by Indigenous grassroots community members. Police said earlier this year new information after the trial led them to identify the unknown victim as Shingose. People in Thompson can breathe a little easier tonight. The city says it's rescinding its evacuation pre-alert notice as of today. On its website, the city says the decision is based on progress controlling nearby wildfires, favorable weather forecasts for the next 2 weeks, and the multi-layered fire defenses now in place. It says the chance of a mandatory evacuation are now low, but it notes the season still isn't over. The evacuation pre-alert was put in place a little over a month ago and meant residents should be prepared to leave within 12 hours notice if necessary. However, hundreds of Manitobans are still in the dark tonight because wildfires have damaged power lines.
Up until this point, since this wildfire season began, we've had about 1,200 poles that have been damaged or destroyed in need of some kind of repair or replacement. At this point, our crews have repaired about 500 of them, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
That's Manitoba Hydro spokesperson Peter Chura, who says it's particularly difficult to make repairs in the far north, given how remote it is and the fact some areas are still on fire. He adds it's difficult to say when power is going to be restored, as crews sometimes don't know the scale of the damage until they arrive. On top of all of that, Chura says Hydro is trying to proactively ensure its infrastructure isn't going to be damaged in the future.
Vegetation management going on. We're clearing brush and trees away from our power lines in our facilities. We have large sprinkler systems that we use to soak down larger facilities, substations, generating stations. And we're putting a lot of effort into fire mesh wrapping. So this is a kind of mesh that we wrap around the bottoms of wooden poles that when it's exposed to heat, it expands and becomes a fire-resistant layer.
Chura says some 1,300 customers are currently without power. A 28-year-old woman is facing a charge of careless driving causing death after a year-long investigation. It stems from an incident on August 10th last year when a vehicle drove over a 49-year-old woman who police say was lying on the Redwood Bridge. She died at the scene. Police say the driver remained at the scene and spoke with officers. She was arrested and charged Monday and released on a promise to appear. Advanced voting begins tomorrow in the Spruce Woods by-election. 3 candidates are vying for the seat in the Manitoba legislature. Ray Berthollet is running for the governing NDP. Stephen Reed is carrying the Liberal banner, and Colleen Robbins is hoping to keep the seat blue for the PCs. Berthollet is a former real estate agent who recently worked as an executive assistant to Cabinet Minister Glenn Simard. Reed is a teacher, and Robbins is a longtime Tory volunteer. The Spruce Woods local election office is open for voting tomorrow, up and including Election Day, which is August 26th. You could also vote at the Glenborough Raystone Memorial Centre from tomorrow to the following Saturday. A number of other locations will open on Tuesday. They're up on your screen now. And on Election Day, you can visit electionsmanitoba.ca to find a ballot box near you. Be sure to bring a piece of government-issued photo ID or 2 other pieces of ID. The family of a man who's missing and presumed dead is continuing its push for a national silver alert system.
It's important to have the public know as soon as possible when somebody is missing.
Earl Moberg's family was at Garden City Shopping Centre to provide information on its federal petition. The 81-year-old who had advanced dementia has not been seen since he went for a walk in December of 2023. This spring, his family relaunched the online petition for an alert system which would send cell phone notifications when a vulnerable senior goes missing.
It might not be as apparent to the public that the person is actually in an emergency situation. So this would certainly help to do that.
Moberg's daughter says Manitoba and Alberta have silver alerts, but they don't send notifications to mobile devices. The petition is open for signatures across Canada up until October 2nd. An important traffic closure to tell you about as we head into the weekend. A second round of overnight closures is taking place at the Abenouji-Mikina-Dakota Street intersection. It will allow city crews to pave the area. There will be no through traffic in any direction from 7 tonight until 6 Saturday morning. On Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m., traffic will again be blocked up until 6 o'clock the following mornings. Well, weeks after breathing in wildfire smoke, Winnipeggers enjoyed some refreshing, clean air today.
It feels wonderful. I feel like I can breathe fresh air.
And then all of a sudden you get a sunny day with blue sky and you go, oh, wow, I forgot what this feels like. And so, yeah, it's a really breath of fresh air today.
Today is awesome. There's no smoke and it's great. Good to be out.
Our cameras caught up with many people out enjoying summer activities today, from getting a hot dog at a street vendor to getting in some swings at the driving range or just playing with the kids at the park. For weeks, many areas of Manitoba have been under air quality warnings due to wildfire smoke. At times, air quality levels were the worst they could get, a 10 out of 10 on the air quality scale. Today, though, a pleasant 1 out of 10, which is among the best air quality you can get. Let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch forecast. Has any of that changed as we head into the evening?
No, but I'll make one edit. 10 plus is about as bad as it gets. And we were at 10 plus many, many times all throughout the day. Every single hour since midnight, merrily, we've been at a 1. Ordinarily, 1 out of 10 wouldn't be a good thing, but it's a great thing because that means the air quality over the city has been very good. And after we had all those air quality alerts across the province, there haven't been any in effect for the last few days. Also some improvement, some very much needed rain has come to northern Manitoba. Anywhere from substantial to outright staggering amounts of rain fell. I'll show you how much coming up, and then a look, of course, at your weekend forecast. Let's take a look right now through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, sunny and 21 degrees, light winds from the northwest, the pressure's rising, and the humidity is 55%. Out on the roads, folks looking to get their weekend started out on Portage Avenue, east and westbound in front of Polo Park. Traffic moving smoothly there.
The Greek Pavilion is known for its food. Well, coming up soon, I'm going to take you into the kitchen and show you where the magic happens.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
All right, let's head out to the Greek Pavilion at Folklorama, where CTV's John Hendricks is. And once again, he's in the kitchen.
Yeah. I like to go into the kitchens and see where the food is coming from that I might be eating. And Marilee, I have to tell you, I have a weakness for Greek food. There was this spectacular Greek restaurant that I would go to on my lunch hours, well, more times than I would care to admit on camera. And now I have to say that I am incredibly in luck because the chef from that restaurant is working here at this pavilion. His name is George. And how often would you say that I used to come to your restaurant?
3 times a week.
3 times a week. If my wife asked, it was once a week.
I'm sorry. Yes. Once a week. Once a week.
And it was spectacular food. And now, of course, you are doing that right here at the pavilion. Let's talk a little bit about some of the food that the people are going to be experiencing when they come here.
Well, we have traditional Greek food. So, of course, the gyro, which I'm stationed on here. Chicken souvlaki. We got our traditional green beans in the oven. Roast lemon potatoes, which, of course, everybody knows about and they love. We got our spanakopita, which is our spinach feta pastry. We got a Greek salad, which we got laid out, ready to go. And we're getting into the desserts, some baklava, some risotto, which is our rice pudding. What else?
I mean, this is a super popular pavilion, so obviously there's going to be a lot of people. Is it a challenge to be able to prepare this much food for that many people?
Never a challenge, and the reason being is because we got a fantastic team here. I have to say it all starts with our foundation that's built, starting with Mr. John Vallanos, Mr. Stelio Mateos and Nicoleta Mateos. We got Peter Janakis. We got Ross Hupel, Irene Adamopoulos.
There's a lot of people who are working back here.
Mrs. Nitsa Vgeropoulos. Those are a few to name. So we got, you know what? There's some people we don't see them all year, but our Folklorama time, that 1 week of the year, all hands are on deck.
George, thank you so much. I'm going to really quickly sneak over and talk with John. John, you're working right now on making how's it going?
On a chicken souvlaki, and we'll be doing it every night. Everything is fresh prepared every day. So we come and do it ourselves. We like to do it on the grill because it leaves the skewer very tender and juicy. And we've been working in the pavilion for 40-some years. We've been doing the same thing. Everything we do here daily is fresh, from the salad, the potatoes, the rice, you name it. And we have a beautiful group. Like George says, we have Stelio Mateos, Irene Adamopoulos.
We got a lot of people working hard, and Marilee, we have some amazing food. I am already in heaven, I can tell you that. And so they may have to throw me out of this kitchen. I'm so excited. So I'm going to send it back to you, and we'll see what happens. There may be some left for the people who come to this pavilion, but maybe not. We'll see.
You're missing out if you don't come in and eat.
There you see?
You're missing out.
You're missing out.
All right, pace yourself, John.
We run a beautiful show.
I'll try to pace myself. We'll try. We'll try.
An upcoming music festival in Manitoba is featuring a Canadian folk legend. We're going to show you who it is and where he's playing in the spotlight coming up.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Brett Kissel.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and you've got news about an upcoming music festival in Portage-la Prairie that's going to feature a Canadian folk legend.
That's right, and Valdi is among the musicians taking the stage at the Whoop and Holler Folk Festival.
Don't play me a rock and roll song. Don't play me songs about freedom and joy.
Besides Valdi, the festival features Kelly Badeau, Leaf Rapids, and Linden Drive. It all starts August 23rd with a free barbecue lunch and continues through the 24th. Along with the live music, there's workshops, mini market, children's activities, and jam sessions. You can find a full schedule or buy tickets on the Whoop and Holler website.
All right, back to Folklorama now. We've been to Greece already tonight. Where next, Colleen?
Get ready to get a little funky in Brazil. That's just a little taste of the blended art forms you can expect from this year's Brazilian Pavilion at Folklorama. Organizers say there's a focus on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Capoeira. That's the fusion of martial arts and dance you're seeing right there at the beginning of their show, but that's not all.
Doing a tribute to one of the most famous Brazilian singer, Carmen Miranda. She passed away a long time ago. And then after, we play a little bit of Brazilian jazz, and then of course samba and some Afro-Brazilian rhythm.
And don't forget, tonight is the late night dance party at the Pavilion, which gets started at 11 p.m. And there are several shows to look forward to Saturday as well. You can find the Brazilian Pavilion on the second floor of the RBC Convention Center. It's a phenomenal show.
It is a good one, yeah. Well, I can't believe it, but apparently the calendar tells me there are only a couple weekends left in summer, Colleen.
I know, time flies when there's so much going on. And here's a look, Marilee, at just some of the events happening this weekend. Well, besides Folklorama, Frozen the Musical continues over at Rainbow Stage. Verdun hosts the 35th Wild West Days and an indoor rodeo. The Hanover Egg Fair promises some of Manitoba's best bull riding, a family fun zone, and a country artist, Ryan Langdon. Glenboro has its annual Fair and Demolition Derby. Plum Fest is on in Plum Coulee. Stonewall has Quarry Days. There's the Manitoba Filipino Street Festival and Street Feast. And for music lovers, there's the Harvest Sun Festival in Kelwood. Now bring your love of hang on, let me try that again. The Bring Your Love Music Festival in the Armstrong is happening. Rainbow Trout Music Festival is in Emerson Franklin. And Roger Kimley Music Festival is on in Ericsdale. You can find a full list of the events, Marilee, on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
Fit as many as you can in because we're running out of summer.
That's right.
Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your weekend starts with Celebrity Jeopardy at 7, followed by a double dose of Fear Thy Neighbor, and E-Talk wraps up the night at 10:30, only on CTV. A live look out at the Norwood Bridge. Sunny, 21 degrees, a lovely lead into the weekend. I will have your weekend forecast coming right up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady is back now with your complete Skywatch forecast, and you've got some rainfall totals for us to share.
Some much needed rainfall. It would have been nice to get this kind of rain earlier, but at least it's there. Take a look at this, and you'll notice as you look through this list, Marilee, a lot of these areas are wildfire affected communities. But look at Lynn Lake. A staggering 84.7 millimeters of rain fell there between Wednesday and Friday morning. As of about 11 o'clock this morning, Puckatawagan nearly 60, Leaf Rapids close to 43, Sheridan almost 35 millimeters, and you go down that list. Flin Flon's at the bottom at 18.2. Relatively speaking, that doesn't seem like much, but still 18.2 millimeters is quite a bit of rain as well. So much needed, and thankfully there wasn't much in the way of thunderstorm activity either as that rain came down. Here in the south, it was a different story. It was the same low pressure system that brought the heat and the humidity and those tornado warned severe thunderstorms to the southeast last evening. Now, Environment Canada has no reports of any tornadoes there, so that's the good news. I know that was pretty I bet pretty scary for folks in those communities as those storms roared through, but thankfully it doesn't look like any tornadoes touched down. Now the last of that low is making its way out now onto Hudson Bay. A little bit of rain still wrapping around with this system affecting the northeast. It looks like it's stopped now in Churchill, although it's very strong, those winds, strong and gusty at the moment. A little bit of light rain is picked up in Gillam, but later tonight you see just wants to hang on and clip that very last part of the province there. Meanwhile, we've got this band of rain that wants to ride right along the international border. Outside chance we could see some of that rain make its way into Winnipeg overnight in the form of a few showers. Otherwise, a nice start to the weekend. Lots of sunshine across the province and east into northwestern Ontario. Then the next low pressure system makes its advance with more rain heading in from the west and the south into Manitoba. We'll likely see some of those showers make their way into Winnipeg. There's a good chance. 11 tonight again with that chance of overnight showers. You saw there on the Futurecast, if they even do make their way this far north, there's not much to them. Light winds out of the east. Those light winds stay from the east tomorrow. Mix of sun and cloud, 21 degrees our high. Now, the long-range forecast has a little something for everyone. If you like temperatures a little lower in the 20s, you got it on Sunday. Maybe even showers too, 21 degrees. If you like the hotter temperatures, well, every day it's just going to get hotter and hotter, peaking Wednesday with a hot high of 30 degrees. In the sunshine. Let's take a look at our weather photos, shall we? This first one takes us out to Enola, that great shelf cloud. That's part of that system that roared through yesterday. That photo is from Nancy. Enola quite close to Winnipeg. And Willow out enjoying the walk there out in East St. Paul. That photo is from Barb. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers pulled off a win in dramatic fashion last night.
As the clock strikes 0 here on Thursday Night Football in Winnipeg. Castillo, as flags come up, the kick is good.
Kicker Sergio Castillo hit a 47-yard field goal as time expired, giving Winnipeg a 30-27 win over Ottawa. This despite a desperate comeback by Ottawa in the final minutes of the game. The game was a sellout with more than 32,000 fans in the stands. Winnipeg remains in third place in the CFL's West Division. And in case you're wondering, the next trip is to Montreal to take on the Alouettes on August 21st. That's a big win. Not a bad night for a football game, too, for the fans that were in the stands. And by the sounds of it, there was a lot of them.
There sure was. Stay tuned for photos at 6, maybe in weather photos.
Oh.
Might feature the Bomber game. I'm just saying, there's a possibility.
All right,
I have some intel.
Don't go far. We will be back at 6 with some good pictures and much more local news. Hope to see you then.